tuliosaidiwa
na Mungu.
Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa
Na Baba.
Sisi ndo wale tuliosaidiwa
na Mungu.
Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa.
Blessings and knocking is a new down. Kicking off the show with Sisi Niwale by Fina. A very beautiful song to start off your day. Hey yo, and good morning again from RTV. It is your boy Amuna, and this is the sign-in show. Remember, we meet here every morning to encourage, support, motivate, and not to forget, celebrate each other as we go about our different endeavors. Today is a beautiful Tuesday morning, and Sisi ndo wale tumebarikiwa. Yeah. So today I have an issue. Today I'm looking at the youths and the church. You all can agree with me. The older we grow, the more people are drifting away from the church. Yes or no? The older young people grow, the more they grow, the farther away they grow from the church. I don't know if they'll go back to church when they are older, but on average, let's see, take 50 of your friends who you grew up with. More than half of them don't interact with church as much as they used to when they were young. Why is this? Is it that when we were young, we were imposed the church with our parents, that when we grow older, we are deceased now, we try like to get away from the church? Or what happens? Or, you know, sometimes life happens. You just find yourself, you're too tired on Sunday to even go to church. Maisha imekupiga like left, right, and center. You can't even go to church on Sunday. Or what? You all can attest. I mean, more young people get away from church. Like the older they get, the more they get away from the church. I don't know. Not to say that there are no young people in churches. Don't catch me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't put words into my mouth. There are definitely a lot of young people who have given their lives to Jesus and they go to church every day. But a good percentage of young people grow away from the church the older they get. There was this issue of our gospel artists stopping doing gospel. And people were saying, these people are just looking for money and all that, all those blah, blah. There was so many stories and narrations about that. But no, that is just a clear example of how young people grow away from the church. A lot of young people are growing away from the church. Why do young people grow away from the church? Is it our parents, African parents, who impose us to going to church? That when now we grow up, we find that we didn't really want to go to church the whole time. Since when we were kids, we didn't want to go to Sunday school or whatever. Why don't young people go to church once they grow up, past their teenagehood? Let's say they get to campus. You would say that most of them get into clubbing and all that, but no. Not all young people go to clubs. But even those who don't go to clubs, some of them don't go to church on Sunday. And again, not going to church doesn't mean that they cut their relationship with God. They still believe in God. They still pray, but they just don't go to church. What is there in these churches that young people get away from when they grow older?
Unakula nao na kucheka nao, kesho kidondoka utakuwa nao. Piga moyo konde wakati wa Mungu.
Is it that churches judge young people? Or young people right now, nowadays are very sinful to even interact with church? But on average, as the older young, you see, when you are in your teenhood and still staying with your parents, you go to church every day because you are driven. The dad says, when I go to that car, I'm leaving, and you'll all run to church. Is that's why you went to church? Why? Why do young people, well, say they move out from their home, they go to campus, they are staying on their own, Most young people don't go to churches. They don't. If you ask them, they'll say, I pray, but I just don't go to church. Or is not going to church the new cool? You know, young people like being cool. So maybe going to church is so old-fashioned. I'm not saying that I don't support young people not going to church. We need young people in church. Yes. But I want to interrogate the issue. What do you think? Why do you think that young people are not going to church? The older they get, the farther away they move from the churches. Is it because they are judged? Is it because they are sinful? But again, they grew up knowing God is a forgiving God. Why don't they just go and repent? Is it about sin? Is it about the social structure of the church? Does it accommodate young people? Does it judge them? Does it support them? Why do you think the young people are moving away from the church? Remember, blessings and knocking is a new down. Go out there and catch as many worms as you can, like the early bird that you are. Remember, we are rooting for you every day. It is your boy Amuna, and this is the sign-in show. Remember to drop me a comment. Don't pass. Drop me a comment on why you think young people are not drifting away from church. Listen to me keenly, huh? I don't mean to say there are no young people in church. There are many. I know 1 million of young people in churches. But I know 2 million of young people who went away from churches. They walked away from church. If you talk to them, they still believe in God. They still pray. But they just don't go to church. Do they want room to accommodate sin because the church doesn't promote that? Or what do you think is happening? Give me your comment and let me see what you think about this issue. It is your boy Amuna. Na Mungu sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa.